Hello and welcome back. This is the Media Stand on YouTube. And this time we're going to talk about all of these standard releases from Vinegar Syndrome from January 2024. So this is all of Vinegar Syndrome's main releases that they put out for January 2024 during their subscriber week. First, we're going to talk about the Horrible Dr. Hichcock. So this is one of their really nice hardcover cases, much in the style of Arrow Video. I have to do the thing. Did you hear it? Did you hear how solid it is? But it also comes with its own slip cover inside the hard case before you get to whatever you call these plastic cases. You also get a perfect bound book full of lots of cool information. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read any bit of this book. Now this 4K master and presentation looks beautiful. It's amazing. You get both the US and Italian cuts. The Italian cut is a little bit longer. You get English and Italian mono tracks. The film itself is very much in line with an old Columbia picture known as The Man They Couldn't Hang. The Man They Could Not Hang from 1939, which you can get in this nice little release from Mill Creek. And it seems Mill Creek is in cahoots with Kino Lorber with slip sleeves that don't really seem to fit the case that they're on, and they just fall right out. And like the slip inside the vinyl is too big and it creates this wrinkle. So even with this wrinkle in the way and all that space that creates, it still just slides in and out of this slipcase like so easily. Like this was horribly put together. Anyway, this is not a review of Mill Creek's products, although it is a nice collection of films. I shouldn't complain about them cheaply putting together something like this. It's kind of their shtick. But it's about a man who finds a way to lower someone's heart rate so that they go unconscious, allowing for surgery to happen. Basically about the invention of anesthesia. Only it inadvertently kills his love, and so he turns his back on it. He leaves town for a while, comes back with a new love interest, and it seems that his former lover is now haunting both of them. Or is she? It's actually a really cool gothic tale, and the dynamic lighting is something that really stood out to me in this film. This use of lighting to create a noir look, but also with the way it uses stage lighting in sync with motivated lighting, like from torches or candlelight. All in all, I'd say it's a good release. Definitely worth picking up, and I'm glad I have it. Next up, we have Santet 1 and 2. These are Indonesian horror films from the late 80s about witchcraft and singing. So in the first one, a man is poisoning his wife and blaming it on black magic, which I think is what Santet means in translation. He uses it as an excuse to attack a man who's teaching the Quran, and he burns him alive and tries to kill his wife. But the wife gets away and runs into a queen of black magic who looks like a crocodile with a human head. The black magic queen, Nyenkir, wants her to get revenge on those who have brought injustice to her and pass on her black magic powers to her. The film has some really good visuals and a lot of very interesting practical effects that I think are done so well on probably what looks like is a low budget, but just mastercraft. So Nyenkir gives her a ritual that she has to do. First, she has to eat the placenta of a baby, bathe in a river of crocodile for a whole day and a whole night, and strip naked and walk through the village on a full moon. And holy shit, her body is coming out of the crocodile. There's some really weird stuff that happens when all the black magic starts to pop up, and there's some Doja Cat shit. Apparently she turns into her final form during the full moon, and during all the other phases of the moon is half crocodile, half human head thing. Nyenkir pours soup on her beautiful hands, and now she has black magic powers. And then some goofy jokes happen, and then a musical bit. and then she gets her revenge. Then the old village chief's son convinces her to turn her back on black magic and walk back towards her faith, return to Allah. That pisses off the queen of black magic, Nyenkur, and a magic battle happens. Then the witch blows up. So as for number 2, the defeated queen's teacher tells Ketemi, that's the wife of the cleric from the first movie, that she shouldn't have turned her back on black magic, and on the crescent moon, she will turn into a tiger, presumably with a human head. And this is so that the old teacher, Nilareng, can possess her body and then cause chaos. But mostly to get revenge on the person who killed her apprentice. And then there's a musical number. Oh no, Bismon's back! Wait, that's his son? Played by the same actor. The visuals aren't as impressive as the first one, but they're still kind of fun and just entertaining and kind of cute at times. Except for the mouth hand. That disturbed me. And the goofy village security is back. And there's another musical piece. And then another magical fight breaks out, but this time with martial arts. And then the witch blows up. So that brings us to Forgotten Gialli Volume 6. And I have collected all the other Forgotten Gialli box sets up to this point. So I had to grab this one, and man, I'm glad I did. So as with all the other box sets that they put out, it's the same hard cardboard design. Sometimes hard to get them out. We got it, we good. In that we get Death Carries a Cane, a pretty straightforward Gialli, a whodunit with a lot of POV. This may be the earliest of Italian films that I've seen that has very realistic looking blood. Typically they tend to be very bright or saturated red, but this one had like a lot more deep tone to it, and I really appreciated that. It ramps up quick towards the end and has a fine twist. Second in the box is Naked You Die. Of course, the title of this one drew me in and I had to watch it, but there wasn't as much nudity as I was thinking there was. While there might be people naked on set, they're often obscured or covered up by other things, so really they should all be alive. In it, a killer is lurking amongst a girls' boarding school. And this one is so lighthearted and fun. Honestly, it was just very entertaining. And Jill is the best. I don't know why, but that girl was probably the most entertaining part of this whole movie. She's just so fun. She's out there, she's writing books about murder mysteries, probably with a yellow cover, setting up walkie-talkies, like everything that's happening in this movie in real life of the universe is like inspiration for her. And the twist could be seen in advance. Like you would pick up who the killer is pretty early, but they do a decent job of trying to throw red herrings at you to throw you off a little bit. But like I said, this is early giallo, and some of those main tropes haven't really been solidified yet, so this is just more of a fun way of jumping through the genre that's kind of building as they're doing it. And then The Bloodstained Shadow. When a young professor returns to his hometown, he learns that there's a lot going on with the rich snobs in this sleepy little town of his. There's a group that holds seances, murders that start happening, a piano teacher that gets too familiar with his students, and a priest that gets ominous letters. Everyone is hiding something. And the murderer that's going around killing people off in his black glove attire is pretty clumsy. And honestly, he would get away with a lot of what he was doing if it wasn't for him knocking stuff over all the time. But honestly, this one was a really good giallo. From 1978, so it's after a lot of the tropes have been established within the genre. And I think it does good enough at trying to not be so standard. And some of the kills were decent and weren't more so just for the spectacle, but it more made sense with the setting, the plot, and the characters. Definitely a good giallo. And I would say all three of the giallo in this volume are really good, and this might be one of the best volumes they've put out in a long time. And I hope you like that. So that's it for all of the standard releases from Vinegar Syndrome in January 2024. I'll also be doing a review of the sub-labels that also came out during that month. So stay tuned